Alright guys, this is part 2 of my Junky Junk Journal. This is Tara from My Artsy Mind, and welcome. So just a quick recap for anybody who might be joining us for the first time. I am making a true junk journal, so just using stuff that I would get out of my recycle bin or save from the trash. That's what I'm using. Excuse me, I'm gonna clean my glasses here. For the base of this journal. So I'm still using all my normal tools, anything that I already own, ink, glue, scissors, tape, my bookbinding set. But as far as the papers that I'm using to create the journal and then to decorate the journal, all has to be recycles or trash. So this this journal is the second of 2. This is the first one. It's a lot wider spine. It's got 3 signatures. I did a quick flip through of this last time. And outside, this one's not as wide, but it is a bigger journal. So I'm only going to do 2 signatures on this one. So I'm going to put the cover aside. I'm going to pull these out. So here's one signature. Excuse me, and here is the second signature. Now I am going to go in. One of these is torn, and I have decided to replace it, with this one. That's my opening. Yes, there we go. So I'll move that aside. All right, so there's a little bit of work I need to do to the leaf pages and the signature before I bind it to the journal. So let me just go through and double check where those things are. So this is one thing. So this was a tortilla plastic bag. And I cut it down to fit. So that means I need to do a little bit of work. I want to tape it up. And I'm just using some simple basic supplies. You just reach up here and grab, let's see, what did I do last time? I think I used this one. Some masking tape to do some of this repair work. So I am going to leave this end open for a pocket. Ooh, maybe I'll leave it open at the top for a pocket. Which means I only need to tape half of my top side. And that looks almost perfect. So I'll just cut off any excess. I'm not too worried about that. There. I still have my opening here. Excellent. Oops, this way. So that's up there. And then I'll seal up this end. I'll just trim off the excess. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not striving for perfection here. This is a junk journal, a true junk journal. There. It's a little funky, isn't it? Let's see if I can straighten it out just a little. Maybe I'm not looking for perfection, but I wouldn't mind it being a little neater. And yeah, it's not going to. That's okay. I will take it as is. So let's see. There's my opening there. So this guy's got to go in this way. Let's see. Everything else. That it opens at the top. I think I will leave it open at the top. Everything else looks okay on that. Yes. So the next thing we're going to come to are my ramen noodle bags. Okay. So these guys get similar treatment. What I am going to do is just trim the top a little bit. And then I'm going to reinforce the openings. And I'm going to use this narrower tape for that. This is old, so hopefully it doesn't rip on me. I've been struggling with this. I just want to use it up. There we go. That looks good. Let's see, am I playing? Yes, I am. Okay. For some reason, I don't remember hitting the play button. Okay, we're good. Time-wise. All right, so to reinforce this, just down from the edge. Go. And that looks good. Excellent. So now I don't have to worry about my opening tearing. I may go back and make that envelope an end opening, since these are both going to be top openings, but we'll see. I might change my mind. We'll see. Let's go ahead and tape this one up. If it ends up too bulky with top openings, I might go back in and switch the ones that it can be switched. That worked out very nice. All right. There we go. Okay. And I think I'm going to do it this way. Now, I want to use... and I didn't bring it over, did I? Where are you? I want to reinforce the seam because I don't feel like the masking tape is enough to tape through. Oops. Sorry, I think I just moved everything. Oh, not too bad. Okay, let me just go grab that envelope. Okay. So one of the other things I'm using that's also junk mail is an old mailing envelope that's made out of Teflon. So it's really strong, and I've been cutting it up and using it for my little seam spines here and there to help that integrity. So I'm going to cut a little piece off. Oops, let me put my mic back on. There we go. All right, so doesn't need to be real wide. Okay. And I want this side to show because I just think it's prettier. So I'm only going to do one side with this material. And the other side I'll use the masking tape for. Ooh, move that aside. Okay, so this I'm going to use, here we go, double-sided tape. I think I can use the little bit thicker one, because you can't really glue to this paper or to this material. It won't stay, but the double-sided tape seems to work just fine. So I'm going to run one strip of tape as close to the edge as I can on one piece without exposing the sticky side. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side and hopefully leave a small space between them so that I have that flexibility for the little spine to be able to move. Because I realized when I was doing the first one that if you're not conscious of that, it'll be so stiff that it doesn't want to fold and your pockets don't work right. Okay. Seal that down. And for all I know, the masking tape would work just fine. But you can also use little strips of cloth or something like that. I just happen to have this one flyer, which honestly are very far and few between. So I was lucky to find it. There. I think that'll work. Yes. Actually, I want that to be the inside, so perfect. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tape for... Do I need this tape on the outside, or will that be enough? You know, that'll probably be enough. I don't think I need additional tape. That Teflon is pretty sturdy. Okay, so here's our next leaf in my signature. And then we've got these guys. I'm kind of thinking, just for the ease of it, taping... Well, maybe I don't want to tape them together. What shall I do? Just want to make sure they stay in place. You know what? I don't think I'm going to tape them together. I think I want them to be able to move independently of each other. So I'm going to stick them right back in position. And let's double check. Is there anything else in here? Yes, this guy needs some work. You know, I think on this one I will have a side opening. So I will clean up the top edge. And I'll use the same masking tape. Ooh, and it's just starting to tear right there, so that's good. I can do this. I think what I'll do is I'll do this first, and then I'll come back down and go a little lower. Just don't want to cover up my window if I can help it. There we go. I love the pattern on that security envelopes. Some of them are quite beautiful. Okay. Do another one. I have it stuck to my finger. And, come on. Come on. I'll tape this one down. And then I think what I'll do is glue the rest of that flap down. Let's see if my glue's working. It's been a while. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay. So I do want to open up the ends of these, so I'm just going to trim this and take off the edge at the same time. Ta-da! Okay, and then same thing. I'll just do one strip of tape because this one's not as damaged as the other side. Let's see if I can keep this from getting funky. That looks good. Come on. There we go. Flip it. And tape it. Excellent. Same deal. We're going to trim this right down. So I might need to do a little gluing. Let's see. Is that seam open there? That's not so bad. That seam, not so bad. I think we can live with it. Cool. So we're going to slip that in. And I think that is our signature. Oh, I was going to flip it the other direction. So let's do that. Yeah, I think I want it flipped the other way. Yep, because I want that pocket to show up at the center. Yes, there we go. So that is all cleaned up and ready to be stitched in, right? Although, let's see, that one sheet is awful big. I didn't even think to play with that. So let's take a closer look. It's good lengthwise. I'm okay with it coming out a little bit here. So I'm just going to trim it down slightly here. And I will save that little strip. I might be able to use it to decorate with. Okay. So there's one signature. That is prepped and ready to go. And let's see. What do I need to do with this one? Now this one's, I think I'm going to leave that an upper. That's good. That's good. I think I'm happy with that. That I don't need to do anything with except for, let's see, open up the back half. Yep, let's open up the back half. There we go. It's there. There's that. Oh, I still have this one. I'll do that as it comes. There's that. Oh, that's a little envelope as well. This, I think, needs a little reinforcing. I'm just going to use masking tape for this one. I'm going to masking tape the outside. Actually, I use this thicker one. And I am going to put tape here because that little strip there is glue and I don't want to end up gluing it to another page. So I am using wash or masking tape instead of washi tape, considering it one of my tools versus a decorative element. Just so you know what my reasoning was behind that. Now there's a little bit showing there, but I think I'll be all right. Okay, let's get that folded. There's that page, there's this. So I will open up this as well. There we go. Oops. Now let's see, there's this, and this. I don't have to do anything else. Oh, pretty quick and simple. Excellent. And I'm wondering if this will tear if it's got holes in it. So I might reinforce it with, I'll use this one because this one's also kind of see-through so I can still see my image. I think it'll give it just enough to protect it. Okay. Excellent. All right. So I have a little stencil here. I just want to see if, yeah, the first one I made the holes a little too far apart, and so I brought them in a little bit. Make sure that I catch everything. Let's see where everything is landing. Let's stick you back in the middle. There. There, I think that works. Okay, so I got my two signatures. I am going to use this template to mark where I want my holes, but first let's measure it out because I want them central. Okay, so it's 1 1/4, so it's 2.5 wide. Let's see, if I go 1, 2, 3 in, 2, 3 in, 1, 2, 3, leaves me 4. Let's go right here. So 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch in. One, 2, 3/8 of an inch. 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. So let me just get my yeah, just line it up to this. And if that's the top. I should just center it. That's the top. That lines up perfectly. Okay, so there's that. There's the center. And there's that one. So that lines up at the top. And same here. Excellent. So I'm not using those. 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Put this back this direction. And let's do this up. So I'm going to go with the black. And I've got this. There's my awl, and it's gonna pre-poke these. Move that aside. Now I think I want this one to be the back signature, so this one I'll do first. So let's get everything lined up properly. Okay, it's not quite lining up that center bag, but that's all right. I think it'll work. So which one is the top? There we go. Let's get this back. So I'm using this template that we just did the spine with so that I hopefully get this all lined up properly. If this is the top of my journal, I'm just going to double check. Oh, that's really... I think... Is that... I'm concerned about that one envelope, if it's lining up. Where are you lining up at there, buddy? You can actually come down lower. Okay, let me start again. This envelope needs to go down. There. Let's see how that lines up now. So I really want it to sit nice. In there. Let's see, what is that one? No, that one's definitely tall. Okay, so that's okay. Let's get what we can together. Okay, that'll have to work. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for a second and see how this is lining up. If that's at the top. It has to line up. Right there. I think that's perfect. Okay. Here goes nothing. All right. Oh, I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. I'm sorry. I got a big old hat on. There we go. Bruh. Take that out. And I think most of you guys know that the thread you use, you do 3 times the spine. 1, 2, oops, 3, and that's usually perfect. Well, not usually, it's always perfect. At least doing the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, it works. very nicely. Okay, and I'm using a waxed thread, but you don't have to. You can use, I used to use, and I still do, depending if I want a different color, I'll use embroidery thread or ribbon or, you know, whatever. So I'm going to do the center hole first. And then the center hole of the signature. And then I'm going to run it to the top. And then through the top hole from the back side. Hopefully I have lined this up good enough that it will go through. Sometimes they just slip right on through, and sometimes they do not. So sometimes it requires a little patience. Okay, so there's that one down to the very bottom. Go. And then the most tricky part is coming back through the center, which is always a little difficult. So I'm going to pull my string in one direction from the inside. Try to keep it taut. Pull that through there. Try not to cross thread your string, but it's not as easily done as said. And I usually end up having to undo the mess. Sometimes you can't find it. I'm going to just go this direction. So I unthreaded it, and I'm going to go backwards through the hole. There we go, and backwards through the hole. And then I'm going to thread my needle. So this is a little trick if you get too frustrated to just move past it. Let me recut this. Oh, come on. There we go. Whew. And I'll pull that through. Excellent. Now I definitely didn't cross thread it. So the trick is you want one of these little tails on one side of this center string and one on the other side. And you just want to make sure that everything is taut. So let's see. If I pull some of that back there, pull that there. Let's pull these guys. There we go. I just want to make sure these are taut, so I'm going to pull a little bit more. That feels better. It doesn't feel loose. And I'm going to do a double knot. Right over left, left over right. There. Done. So our first signature is in the book. Excellent. And I'm just going to kind of train it a little. These do tend to be some bulky journals when you start playing with the actual junk in your journals. Well, I can't really train that. It's bubble wrap, but that looks good. Looks good. There, I think that works. Excellent. There's my first signature. All right. Yeah. Okay. Second signature. And let's see. Okay, now. Let's double check that everything is going to line up and fit. It's a little big, isn't it? Just barely taller than the other. I'd rather it be on the tall side than the other side. Okay, so, but everything else looks good. It's where I want it. Alright, so just remember that the top is going to poke out just... Well, maybe I don't want it to do that. Let's see. What's poking out? This is poking out. That's poking out. That's poking out. Maybe I'll go ahead and trim down a few things. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull these out. The only thing that's not too tall is that guy. And, oh, in actuality, I don't think that one is too tall either. Good. So it's just these two. Honestly, it doesn't even seem like it's that one. I just need to line it up better. Aha. Okay, so just this guy. So I'm going to trim this a tiny bit. Down here. Right under where it says Feathered Friends. That should give me just enough space so that it all fits within my journal. And then it's just a matter of lining it back up the way it's supposed to be. That's lined up. That's lined up. And that's lined up. Okay. Let's take the rest of this. And make sure it's all lined up as well. There we go. Just one more check here. Ah, much better. All right. Cool. So let's secure this. Let me find my center. There we go. So all I'm doing is taking and pressing my centers down together so that it's a nice tight fit, so that hopefully when I poke the holes through, everything is nice and even. Okay, where's my, make sure I know that the top is my top. This is my top. Top. Made that mistake once already. Do not want to do it again. Okay. All right, there's one. Two. There we go, and three. All right. Let's get our thread. So 1, 2, 3 times the length of the spine. There we go, and through the center first. There's the center. Bring it back up to the top. Let's see. That's going to cooperate nicely. Oops. Come on. Maybe it'll help. There we go. If I use my right hand instead of my left. Okay. So there's that. So I'm going to go from the top all the way down to the bottom. There we go. And let's see if we can do this without having to like back it up this time. So I'm going to go through this one. And I'm going to pull this tight one direction. And I know it's hard to see in here, but I'm going to try to get that needle through the center. Aha, there we go. I think I did it without cross-threading it too. Excellent. Let's see if I did. Okay, so now I'm just going to tighten this up. Yeah, I think I did it without cross-threading. Nice. Needs to be tighter. Feel that there, feel that there. Good, so I'm on either side of that string. So there's one, right over left, and then left over right. Ta-da! Excellent. Yeah, I think 2 signatures was perfect for this one. That looks good there. Doesn't quite fit as well down here as I was hoping. I might have to go in and do a little trimming, I guess. Yeah, that always annoys me. I do that once in a while. It's not worth redoing it, but I could. Let's see. Is there anything that would really get? Well, we'll have to decide what to do about that. Well, anyways, there we go. We got our signature in. So it's definitely challenging to work with similar materials, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it. These are, like I said, these are my first Junky junk journals that I've made. Like this first one I showed you guys, I put one of the signatures in upside down, so I'm going to have to fix that. And then this one, I definitely am off slightly there. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do about that. All right. So, so that's the end of part 2. Part 3, we'll start decorating. I'm not sure yet if I'm just going to put some tags or do the pockets and tags at the same time as I'm going through it. Or if I'm going to mass make the tags and things first. So anyways, we'll see. I'll see you guys in part 3. Okay, bye.